Hi everyone, Sabrina here with a book review video this time. Yeah, I'm doing videos back to back because I've got time. So today's book review is going to be The Kingdom of Liars by Nick Martel. I ordered this from the Broken Binding, which is a new independent bookshop in the UK. They specialise in science fiction, fantasy and horror, but they are branching out into YA fantasy, graphic novels and independent publications. They're brand new, so you know, they are growing as we speak. They try and get all their books signed, or as many books as possible signed. As you can see, this one is signed with a book plate, and they're really lovely people, and I think if we can support as many independent bookshops in this country as possible, then we won't just be dominated by Amazon. The Kingdom of Liars is the first in a series. I believe the second one has just come out, which I'm going to have to go out and buy. And in here we follow a young man called Michael Kingman, whose father was accused of murdering the prince of the king several years prior, and all his family have been branded traitors, literally, even though they were children at the time. And the royal family has kind of been allowed to get out of hand a little bit. The whole idea in this world is the royal family and the Kingman family work side by side in order to keep everything in check, so that no one family gets too powerful and forgets that they should be serving the people of Hollow. Michael is trying to live up to the legacy of his family. Obviously, the Kingman family has a great history. Several of their members have done great things, but unfortunately in this world you can have magic, which is called a fabrication, but using a fabrication can cost you your memories, and because of this the history has been warped, and the king's view of history is the one that is told, and so the Kingman family is not as well loved as it should be because history has been warped and lies have been told, hence the title Kingdom of Liars. So Michael's trying to live up to his family name, try and protect his brothers and sisters, look after his mum who's become forgotten, where something has caused her to literally forget everything. She's no longer who she was, so she's currently in an asylum, and we follow his struggle basically to just protect his family. For him, family comes first, family means everything, and he's desperately trying to just do the right thing for his family. Unfortunately, circumstances like to conspire against him, and he ends up literally becoming a pawn within this corrupt system. I quite like that this started right at the end of the story where he is on trial for killing the king, and then we get the run up to why he's there, which is kind of cool. It's a good way of just dropping you straight in that actually we're going to execute your main character. Okay, so how do we get to that point? And it's quite a fascinating tale. It's quite a hefty tale, but it reads really quickly and very, very easily. There's a lot of compelling characters in here. There's some pretty shocking moments in here. There's death, certainly, a lot of it, and some of it is quite graphic. And I really enjoyed this. I thought Michael, he's a bit of a dolt sometimes. He really doesn't always think things through, which does cause some of his problems, but then other times he's being played and there's nothing you can do about it, and he doesn't know he's being played until it's too late. So there is that. I did like the world building, the mixture of the fabricator, magic, the corrupt sort of royal and nobility system structure, and also the fact there's guns in this world. They're quite primitive, but there's noticeably guns in here. Think pistols and lots of brass and all that, which didn't bother me actually. I don't think I've actually read a fantasy that have guns in them, so this was something a little bit different for me, and it worked really well because obviously there's this new threat that's come into Hollow that rely upon fabricators to protect them, and you can't protect against a gun. You know, that's one of those things. So the shift of power is changing, and obviously that's all that fear. You've got the rebellion closing in, those that have had enough of the nobility basically abusing their power and wanting to change the system. And Michael and his family are just caught up in this. It's like they just want to live, they just want to do the best for their family, they want to do the best for the legacy of their name. This is a world that is literally falling apart, and there doesn't seem to be anything anybody can do to stop it, which is pretty dire and quite reflective of where we are today. But there we are. Like I say, new author. I've not read Nick Martel before. I think this is his debut book actually. Yes, it is his debut, so I will be picking up the sequel, which I think is the Two-Faced Queen, and I do love these covers. They're pretty stylish, very much like Poppy War actually, and the Sanderson reprints. I've got over here. So yeah, this seems to be the style for fantasy books at the moment. But yeah, actually, I quite recommend this. If you like fantasy that's a little bit different, it focuses on the corruption of power and lots of scheming, lots and lots of scheming going on in here. There's some people playing the long game, so there's a lot of plots unwinding here. I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was a very good read. It took me, I think, about a week to read it on the bus, which is quite nice. Yeah, my edition has quite small text. So it is quite a hefty tome, but it's very enjoyable, very easy to read, lots of characters, lots of people to like. I certainly like his sister Gwen. Don't underestimate her. There we are. So Kingdom of Liars, have you read it yet? Will you be getting the sequel? What did you think? Please don't spoil it for those that haven't. Would you recommend it and why? As always, in the description box you will find links to other booktubers that I want you to go and check out because we need to spread the love in the community a bit more. You'll find all my social media links down there. You can also find me on the Story Graph, which is so much better than Goodreads, so please go and move over there and give that some huge support. You'll also find my book blog, which, yeah, I keep saying this, I neglected it again, but you know, there's stuff on there when I haven't been here, so you can go check that out. As always, thank you very much for watching and happy reading. Be well.